Secretary of State John Kerry travels to Israel and Palestine this week to try to renew peace talks, but it's becoming less clear that Israelis really want a two-state solution. Israeli Cabinet Minister Danon said recently that there is no majority for a two-state solution in his party, Likud, or in the current cabinet. He believes Israel should annex the part of the West Bank it wants to keep and negotiate with Jordan to absorb the remaining Palestinians. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu disavowed Danon's remarks, but many inside their party agree with Danon. His comments may be the Israeli version of a Washington gaffe, a politician caught telling the truth. President Obama has announced that the U.S. will provide military support to vetted Syrian rebels fighting the government of Bashar al-Assad. The decision has been controversial. Some have welcomed the move, while warning it won't be enough to tip the conflict in the rebels' favor. An AAI blog post argues that the decision is likely to pull the U.S. deeper into sectarian conflict. And Michigan Congressman Justin Amash accused the administration of arming rebels who, quote, murder Christians and desecrate churches. Meanwhile, the conflict rages on with 90,000 lives now lost. We hope the president's next announcement will include a comprehensive plan for peace. It's been almost a year since Mohamed Morsi was elected Egypt's president, and a new poll by Zogby Research Services shows that his government and party have suffered a dramatic loss of support. A year ago, 57% of Egyptians said Morsi's victory was either a positive development or a democratically achieved result that should be respected. Today, support for Morsi has dropped to 28%, almost all of which is from his own party. Over 70% of Egyptians are dissatisfied with Morsi's policies and performance, and 40% have no confidence in the government or in any of the political parties. The only trusted institution is the army, with a 94% confidence level. Massive protests are planned for the end of the month, but whether they result in meaningful political change is yet to be seen. An immigration enforcement bill moved out of committee this week. Called the House Strengthen and Fortify Enforcement, or SAFE Act, the bill would give states and localities full authority to create, implement, and enforce their own penalties for federal immigration violations. Sound familiar? It's a lot like SB 1070, the Arizona law with the Show Me Your Papers provision. The SAFE Act is worse than SB 1070 because it isn't limited to Arizona. It essentially requires every state and countless localities to participate and would instantly criminalize the nation's 11.5 million undocumented immigrants. The bill is receiving backlash from ethnic communities who are disproportionately targeted by such laws. Apparently, some members of Congress don't get why it's a problem to make cops and state troopers pull people over just because they don't look American.